Hello and welcome to day 26 of MP Strong 365. I sound like the Squid Game lady. Okay. I will repeat. Welcome to MP Strong 365, day 26. Here we go. I even took a break today, but I still come 5 o'clock, 4:30, whatever, my brain starts to disintegrate into when you add water to snow, unless you're in freezing conditions right now. Sorry, too soon. You see I have a resistance band here. So get ready to pull on this thing quite a bit. How do we get ready to pull on this thing quite a bit? So first after laying down, going into default mode thinking, oftentimes exercise is used, start rolling your wrists. Oftentimes exercise is used as default mode thinking. I'm going to try to really isolate the wrists. Just both at once, choose a direction they're coming. I don't know what they're doing now. It's hard to roll the wrists in the same direction. Okay, let's shut up and try this. Roll them so they're rotating all clockwise relative to you. So your clockwise. This is embarrassing. They look like they're not mine. So let's make them yours and mine, Hands up, hands together, high fives, clockwise. And yes, I'm just standing here. And if I can pat my head and rub my tummy, oh my gosh, this is totally like pat your head, rub your tummy. So I'm trying to acknowledge that my lower legs they do all the work when I'm standing up at work, which is why I like to stand on a squishy pad because ultimately, this is crazy. The upper legs just don't really squeeze that much. So, okay, I'm going to switch to counterclockwise and hope for a better outcome here. Counterclockwise, we all wish we were time travelers, right? Let's move back the clock and try to isolate that wrist and then squeeze up on the hips just a little bit. Oh, no. So, okay, I'm going to direct my palms up, down, and around, up, down, and around. I guess I shouldn't feel that shocked at this because I've tried to teach many adults how to do a breaststroke kick. And, it's not funny because if you don't know how to do it, if you're not, it's just your feet, right? But getting your body to move in the way that you tell it to is a humbling experience. In fact, some people are ashamed and embarrassed and that's why they don't do it. So laying down, went into default mode thinking before I eventually fell asleep. And now here we are, but was thinking about efficiency. So I'm going to plug this now for one time. I'm going to keep plugging it. If you feel silly doing, let's see, something like just a marching step. So if we're marching, and this is all part of the warm-up because we got to use these muscles anyways. When you're marching, focus on the standing leg hip going backwards and then notice what happens to your foot. So I can even roll my wrists while I do this. That's actually kind of fun. They like to roll towards each other and away from each other for some reason. I kind of have a suspicion as to why, but back to the knee to chest. When you're bringing your knees up to your chest, so to review, we did wrist warm-ups. You can do A-OK, little finger warm-ups. Don't think that any of it is beneath you because you try it. Try to do 50 clockwise without screwing up and 50 counterclockwise. That feels silly. You feel dumb. You feel stupid. This feels kind of silly to jog in place. We're always hey, look at those people jogging in place at the when they take breaks on running. Do you think they're actually doing anything? Yes. The answer is yes. And 20-something Monica probably would have said I don't know. But the answer is always yes. Because when you're jogging in place, that's a heck of, you could just stop, but then you have to start running again. So yes, jog in place at the stop signs and the stoplights, whatever. As you're tucking your knee into your chest, this is Tangent City today, I gotta stay focused. Point your toes down. Point your toes down. Just see if you can do it for 20 times in a row. And once you've got that settled, Try to keep the standing back leg more locked and the weight back behind you. On the right, it is particularly difficult. Non-dominant side, a little bit of a faulty messaging system at times. So I'm gonna do a couple more here. Stay tuned till the end. Or if you gotta go between the beginning and middle and end of this thing, try this with your eyes closed. I'm gonna do 6 with my eyes closed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That sucked. And 2, and 1, because I fell inwards on that hip. If you don't migrate, if you don't fall over, if your form stays intact, then good for you. You have your neuromuscular connections. If you fell over, if your foot started to flex, like have somebody watch you or something, or if you migrated, like if you're moving side to side, if you feel uncomfortable doing a marching step with your eyes closed, hey, guess what? You have a lot of homework to do this week. Okay, so I feel like my camera's like up. I'm like, la. But so if you feel silly, that is because you are being inefficient. One example, and then I swear we'll start. If you're ducking yourself under an object, right? So you see something overhead, you'll go like this first, like just like move your head, right? And just like duck under, right? You will use the least amount of effort. If I'm going to get my shoe, I do this, right? I bend over and I get it, okay? That is efficient. It uses the least amount of muscles possible to get the exercise done. Vehicles are fuel efficient. Lights are energy efficient. We want efficiency because it's less. Well, guess what? Less in exercise means fewer calories burned, means fewer muscles gained. So if you feel silly, it is because you are being inefficient with getting under the object. It is because you are using maybe more muscles than you would need to get to your objective. You are leaning back to get under, doing the limbo under that object. That is exercise. That is silliness equals inefficiency. So be silly. This is actually not that silly of a workout after all that. But it is good to get loose before you do resistance band stuff. Just kind of loosen up through the body. We're going isokinetic. That means we're moving kind of at the same speed throughout each exercise, throughout the ins and the outs. So we're going to start with a staggered stance. Back foot is bent a little bit. I'm going to lower this down just a smidge. Okay. So I'm going to put my non-dominant leg forward and place some weight into the back foot, and I'm going to start with a double row. I have a gnat. So when you're doing your double row, I want shoulders and sternum to come back at the same time, meaning I'm not pushing this part of me forward to get my elbows back. So everything is coming back together. Think of opening the sternum, drawing the shoulders back, leading with the elbows, and then the wrists stay firm. I'm going to take a really thumb over fingers grip. Oops. And try to drag weight away from the upper traps. If you don't have visual feedback of a mirror, think about getting long through the spine. Just a longer trunk, and then pulling the chest back as you pull your elbows back. Good, I'm going to place more weight in the back foot. Dragging those weights so they do not shake or shimmy. Maybe bouncing down into the back leg, squeezing the back glute a little bit more. Now drag those elbows back. Let's go drive it back. A little bit harder, faster. Harder, faster. 3, 2, and 1. Good. This cord, again, is tension in both directions. So that is very beneficial. Oh, you know what? We're going to hold on to the cords tonight. I'm telling you, we're just holding on to these suckers. Beneficial because it's like double the credit, right? So it forces you to like know that, whoa, I just let that weight go, like it'll yank you back, versus dropping a dumbbell, there's no like side effect to that, you just set it down. But with this one, you'll know it if you just let that thing go. So we are in a kneeling position, and we are going to bend over, leaning over from the waistline, so you feel a stretch in your front side hip. And then I'm going to drag this weight down like a Y shape, goalpost shape, T shape. So I'm getting to the side back muscles. So just think about the sides of your back and then some of your armpits as you drag back, leading with the elbows. Trying to lengthen out the neck as well a little bit. Chin away from the chest. Throat is exposed. Then I'll think about my grip a little bit more. Maybe try to keep my wrists a little bit flatter. Thirsty puppy. Drinking water. Oh, I'm talking to you. Now she's looking at me. 3 more times. That is good. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That last one, hold your elbows tucked in by your sides, lengthen out through the waist, keep all the weight in your front leg, and then we'll rise up through that front leg. If this is not cool for you, just do what you're doing in standing. You can do marching steps in between. Like, again, just it's totally fine if you are not cool with this single leg kick up. So we're gonna add in that single leg kick up. We're holding onto the cables. The palms are pointed down, and you're gonna do tiny crunches, knee in to the band. So I wanna round the back right between the shoulder blades, like the upper back, making that little cat. So if you were in a tabletop and you were thinking about that cat cow, this is like a standing little cat cow. Try cat cow. Oh my gosh, I am Looney Tunes. It's just like, I mean, it is serious. Jobs are serious. Work is so serious. It's just, and it's like, boo, and everyone was so snow grumpy today. Oh my gosh. It was just like, started out just like with a fart in the wind and just kept on going. 3 more times. It was terrible. Like, meaning farts in the wind, they smell for a second, they go away, but they're still kind of bad in the moment. All right, 3, I'm not even tucking my knee up. 2, see, stop ruminating. Last one, that's good on your crunches. Okay, shake it out. Now we're gonna jog in place. Then we're gonna go, you can tap your fingers. Okay, keep your weights up in your hips. Okay, no feet, all hips. We're gonna go back to the pull. I always forget like which leg I did. I'll remember eventually. Knees straight up through center. Keep jogging. Okay, if you feel heavy, it's because you're heavy. So lighten up, okay? So think about being away from the floor, away from the floor. Up, up, knees up, knees up. You say you're not a runner? Do this. Up, knees up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. If your feet and ankles hurt on that, you can even focus more on grabbing the glutes, maybe doing 5 squat lifts before you do those. Jogging in place to help be up. Grab your quads. We're coming back into the row. We're gonna go alternating. And I think I was just in a squat stance for this one. Who cares? We're gonna go, was I in split stance? Yeah, I was. Okay, so I was in a lunge position. I'm gonna go left foot forward? No. Not right foot forward, whatever foot you didn't have forward, and lengthen through the front of the neck. And we're gonna lean back into that back leg. Oh yeah, this is the one, because I'm squeezing that back hip. I feel that back glute. I'm stamping weight through the front leg, sliding that heel back on the right foot. Tuck your shoulders in, and then we'll start with double arm rows. So we'll just do 15 or 20. 1. If you ever really pay attention in a yoga class, they always start with the right side first. Hey, drag your upper traps down. So pull back into a little bit lower towards the gut when you're pulling these weights. So they start on the right side. They always do less time on the left side. So I like always start on the left. I'm like, man, you righties. Because ultimately, like, there's not enough time to do as much on the other side. So I was kind of doing something similar here, which is funny to me. But it helps you understand why people do what they do, why, you know, to just like test it out for yourself, and then you'll find the reason why. It also helps inoculate you from irritation unnecessarily. That was a lot of syllables. I'm less likely to get mad at somebody being like, why the heck did they do that? If I'm like, they probably did it because blah, blah, blah. Like, people aren't dumb. They're not. You're not dumb. I'm not dumb. So who are people then, if not us? Everybody has a reason. Hashtag your truth. Pull those shoulders back. All right, Monica, get vigorous. 5, 4, peel the chest open, long spine, flat stomach. Dig into that gut. Good, awesome. Ooh, I kind of started to feel that. So now we're gonna take a knee. We're gonna bend over from the waist, same leg, and do those lat pulls again. Let your fingers relax a little bit. Flatten your palms out slightly just to stretch out the hands. I want the spine long. So if you got to do this in a seated position, a standing position, whatever it is, we want to get the spine long. If you want to put a pillow under your back knee, do it. So spine is long because the lats, the side back muscles, are the longest muscles in the body, or in the back anyway. So we're dragging from the armpit down to our pockets with the elbows. Armpit, pockets, long spine. Shoulders drive down away from the ears. Shoulder blades peel together. Face is relaxed. Test out different breaths, nose and mouth. Nose to mouth. Armpits to pockets, longest spine for 1. Oh, and relax that. All right, let's come up. We're gonna drive that knee into your chest now. So there is a flow after all. I am so filled with fluid, I'm like sweating. Okay, has anybody ever sweat from your feet a lot? Like, I'm a big foot sweater, just, you know, just TMI. TMI on a Monday. We're going to do those crunches, okay? I'm telling you, it was bad. It was bad. It was serious business today. I gotta it's bad. Silliness is better. So good. Silly, inefficient, right? So wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just get weird. Pull your shoulders back. I'm gonna add a little bit more of a knee tuck. Gonna relax that ankle down to the floor, pointing the toe and then letting that go so you get a render of a more flaccid foot. Knee up to chest. Focusing on those crunches. Focus on the abdomen. The arms are a part of you. Everything lowers as one unit. Good. Squeeze weight more into that back leg, straight leg, side glute. Crunch. Angry cat 2. Cat cow. All right, relax that. Shake it out. We are going to go into a back lunge with rotation and then return to the cord. I don't know, I'm like walking. Return to the cord for a light cord doublet, and then I'm good. I always say I'm gonna do like 5 minutes. Just have to do 5 minutes, Monica. Just have to do 5 minutes. So here's our 5 minutes. I'm gonna face forwards and come into an alternating back lunge with a rotation to the outside of the front leg. So, give it just an inch or two there. All right. Well, that was attractive. Nobody heard that. Send the back foot back. Stationary lunge, okay? So if this is a no game zone for you, start on your knees with a pad. Humor me, this is for everybody, right? So, and no exercise is a bad exercise. Put both knees on the pad, hold your weight in your hands. This is almost like just as hard. We're just doing like a back lunge just for a little bit more movement. And I did a swing around. That's naughty no-no. I want to come straight through, half kneel, then work on getting up to standing. And come back down and then replace your foot. That is hard to do up and over this object. In fact, I might have just found my Achilles heel for the day. Okay, to come straight up and through. Try it, give it a try. Stamp down through the standing leg, kneecap and hip. Try to lighten up that moving leg so it comes straight up and through. Good. All right. Oh, that was not a good one to finish on. Okay, and stand up. Great. Let's take it to the other side. Sorry, I never said this stuff was pre-planned. It's a journey. It's a process, like it's a discovery. We used to say every exercise is an assessment and every assessment is an exercise, because to assess you, I have to work it, right? And as you're working it, we get to assess, like, how is this going? Like, where am I feeling this, basically? What is this for? Well, this is for getting up off the floor. You don't have to use weights. Put your weight in your standing leg, okay? So every time you take a step, you no longer have one of your legs. Technically, you're doing a single leg balance all day long if you're walking, because you don't have a leg. So to move that leg and have the one that's behind take the stability is, gosh darn this hip. You see how it wings around like that? Okay, so I'm trying to get straight up and through. So let's do a few. And I'm gonna do one with a all the way get up. Come on, left leg. Yes, thank you. Okay. Zoop. Zoop. Oh my gosh. Dang. One more time. Meow. Okay, I'll take it. That's fine. But it's a good diagnostic. Like, you know, as we know, the hips are, that's not because I can't balance. People say, I can't balance. Yeah, you can. It's in there. You just got to like get it ready to do the thing first. Okay, so back lunge with rotation. This fun little interspliced exercise. Rotate. I'm going to rotate to both sides because it's harder, but I just did that warm-up exercise actually, so my readiness is increased. I'm going to focus on the front side hamstring and the center line of my inner thighs. Hold the weight down by your booty, or by your hip crease a little bit more, by your belly button. Peel that back leg, scooping it forward, so cupping it underneath you as you back lunge. Dang it. All right. And I'm going to turn and face the side for the last few. So tuck your butt forward. Great. And back lunge. Let's go 4. Step, drop, pull, pull. Phew. Okay, so yeah, trying not to cheat. That's why I keep falling over. It's the only reason why. It's not that. You guys probably wouldn't have known if I was cheating. It would have maybe looked relatively the same to you. But I know if I'm cheating. Cheating is putting more weight in the ball of the foot, letting the foot rise up, letting the knees wiggle, not trying to keep my spine straight as I turn, holding my weight up into my neck. I'm trying to do all of these things to make the right muscles turn me across. So that, if done properly, is a very advanced exercise. Overheads and crunches with the light band. I'm on a light band, and I'm gonna put one foot just slightly forward. Whoa, needs more gimme. Needs more give. And I'm throwing this cord like a little bit of a ball overhead. I'm actually gonna try some where I kickstand onto my front heel because I just want another muscle group to work. Like I want to get my anterior tibs, my shins to work. So you can play around with your foot position, or you can just focus on grabbing that cord. They don't have handles on this one, so I'm going to try to stamp through the pinkies. Good, bringing that forearm straight forward. Throwing the ball like 5 feet ahead of you. Good, hold that cord and bring your hands together. You can like wrap the cord with both hands, and we're gonna crunch down just like we did before. Weight can even rest on top of your head. Think about just cupping your spine into a little bit of a C curve. Maybe think about holding the bathroom as you crunch down. These can also be done on both knees. You'll see people do these at the gym a lot. Three more times. Good, I got great news. We're gonna jog in place. 60 seconds. Get light, get light, get light, get light. I tell myself, no more holding on. Head, neck, shoulders. I've never been the star of the dance floor, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Smooth moves, not really. But let's go up. Let's focus up. Let's drive it up. Be spry. Knees to chest. Yes, you can march it and just high march. Just march it up. Feel silly? Fine. Bye. Go out for a run. Do it. Go ahead. Come back to me in a month injury free. I'm just kidding. That's not meant to be a condescending or animosity thing to say. It's just like you have to train to run, not run to train. And I have been so far on both sides of that spectrum. I cannot tell you. I've been running for 20 years, and it is a journey. I'll tell you what. I have not gotten to my destination yet. Drop your shoulders. It just gets harder. Good. Just takes more readiness. But then when you get those 3 miles and they're delicious and you feel like amazing because you did 3 hours of readiness, who cares, right? Like that's, sure, you can, and then you can jog the rest of the time, that's fine. But to overcome the plateaus that are inherent to running, niggles, tweaks, twinges, whatever, gotta work this stuff. And jogging in place is, if you don't believe me, I'm gonna put 100 ups in the description. You can read about 100 ups. Okay, last thing here. Other leg forward, ball overheads. I just say ball because it's like an overhead throw in football. Or in America, we call it soccer. And football, as my news headlines tell me, is coast to coast magic. Lengthen the spine. I meant Seahawks and Patriots. If you're into that sort of thing, which I was in a season of life. Longer spine. Kiss those elbow tips. Now for the last 4, imagine for a moment that you're throwing an 80-pound object. Good. Now we're going to crunch it. Interlace your fingers together. Told you we're going to be grabbing onto this thing for a while. And I'm going to really focus on those crunch, making that C down. And around more from clenching the side back muscles now. Clench those in. Close yourself down and then elongate and lengthen. Close your side back muscles, then bring them up and long. Close your side back muscles, bring them up and long. Close, 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 up and long. 2 more times. Good stuff. All right. Close your eyes, make a wish, and what else is that? I think you got way canceled for something bad. But close your eyes, make a wish, and hope for 10 knees to chest with no migrating, with toes pointed down. And then we say good night. Okay. I haven't even moved yet. I don't know about you. I'm not watching. So if you're not watching and your eyes are closed and you're just standing, just take a little bit of stock of your body, shake your head a little bit. And now the standing leg gets the focus as you drive your knee up to your chest. Standing leg, standing leg. Hold 1 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi. This is easier after running. 1 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi. Oh, I cheated without even trying to. I'm pushing on my mirror. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. That thing is hung, but, you know, you want to tempt fate. Come on, man. Right hip. All right, I'm being too gentle with it. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to hold on to something. There is such a thing as trying too hard, and I do it quite a bit. Grabbing onto something that isn't there. You're in the air. You're in the air. Be free. Be free. Float your hands up. Good. 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 Just be free. Just let that knee come up. You're not going anywhere. You're still. You're centered. You're smiling. Eyes closed. Head up. Good. Body up. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. I can't believe. Oh, I think I like changed directions. Like, so now literally I don't know what I just did. This is always a one take wonder. So we're all going to watch it together. Okay. Bye.